For existence to remain, so too must time. Without it, the world would be consumed by oblivion. The Gods of Exile, Part 1. Primordial Eternity. Concepts, as the universe would know them, have always existed. They are not unique to the divine, and it is through mastery of each concept that beings may gain power from them. Before the first thread of time was spun, and before the void had a name, there were the first gods, wrought from a source whose identity is a mystery even to its own children. These beings emerged into a silence that had no end. They are siblings only by the coincidence of their origin, yet they share no inherent bond of blood or duty. To some, their kin are rivals to be ignored. To others, they are mirrors to be loved or shadows to be feared. Their coexistence was not a choice, but a cosmic collision. In those first eons, power was not a tool, but an untapped potential. The gods did not simply have magic. They had to master the abstract. A god would drift through the vacuum until they seized upon a singular truth, a concept. By anchoring their infinite essence to a specific idea, like weight, entropy, or light, they gave birth to the fundamental elements of reality. Though the light was once home to thousands of these entities, history only remembers the ones who dared to organize. Among the countless stories of these primordial beings, one thread pulls tighter than all others: the rise of the Council of Gods and the shadow of Aragoth. This is not just a story of power. It is the account of how the architects of reality eventually became its prisoners. Part 2. Architect of the Void. Aragoth existed in a state of profound isolation within his realm. His divine siblings offered him no companionship, and he felt no desire to seek solace beyond his domain. His solitude bred a deep-seated unease, a gnawing question of his own suffering. Why this feeling of endless waiting? He pondered. Why the sensation of being subject to some unseen progression? It was a tormenting paradox. To have existed before the constraints of time, yet now feel burdened by a sense of inexorable passage. He did not age, nor did he evolve. Such concepts were for lesser beings, creations bound to the lesser realms. Aragoth was divine, above such things. Yet he felt this weight, this burden he couldn't name. In his isolation, Aragoth fixated on this feeling. He didn't yet grasp it as time, but rather as an intrinsic wrongness, an existential ache. He reasoned that if this passage did not exist, then neither would his suffering. His loneliness, he concluded, was a product of this constant, subtle shift in existence. Eventually, his thoughts coalesced. He became aware that one of his siblings held dominion over this unseen force, and he began to formulate a plan. If he could eliminate her and unravel this fundamental aspect of reality, perhaps he could finally find peace. This delusion, born of isolation and a limited understanding, became his obsession,